Well, 19 News everywhere at 6 o'clock. We've uncovered new information on a heartbreaking case. The man accused of sexually assaulting several children in a local courtroom.
We do want to warn you about the details of this case. Very disturbing. Brittany Weir was there when the suspect's attorney made a stunning move.
Seth Letty, who is facing more than 15 sex charges and 5 counts of rape against children, appeared in Wayne County Court. He did enter a not guilty plea, but in a stunning turn after a detective went over the details of this case, Letty's lawyer agreed that his client should not have a bond.
Next matter to come before the court, State of Ohio versus Seth Letty.
43-year-old Seth Letty is accused of sexually assaulting 6 different children. A detective with Wayne County sharing in court that some of those children were Letty's own family members.
Throughout the investigation and working with various investigators, both from Wayne and Holmes County, we've had several instances where juveniles have disclosed that Mr. Letty had either sexually assaulted them or touched them sexually.
According to police reports, some of the assaults happened right in Letty's apartment.
She was sexually assaulted by Mr. Letty, and she was also shown pornography.
While the detective was going over the details of this case, Letty's lawyer asked to approach the bench. In a stunning turn, he then agreed that his client should not have a bond.
Based on the information that I have received and obtained, we were prepared at this point in time to consent or concede that no bond would be the appropriate finding by the court.
The alleged crimes happened within a 9-year period spanning from 2009 to 2018. Letty is expected to be back in court for a pretrial hearing next month. In Wayne County, Brittany Weir, 19 News.